Saying money isn't everything is a privilege of the rich, because when you have money, you can wax poetic about how unnecessary it is and how money doesn't make you happy. But when you don't have money, you don't say stuff like that because your life is substantially more difficult. Let me paint a picture for you by giving you a few scenarios that people live with who don't have money. Imagine not being able to pay your mortgage payment, so you live in constant fear of foreclosure. Imagine not having the money to repair your appliances when they break, so you routinely go without your washer, your dryer, your dishwasher, or your oven. Imagine not having the money to keep your old crappy car running, so you live in constant fear of your old crappy car breaking down, because if your old crappy car breaks down, you won't be able to get to your crappy job because you don't have the money to repair the old crappy car. So you just hope that it doesn't die on the way to work. Imagine not being able to keep a functional air conditioning in your car during the summer months in a hot climate. So anytime you drive anywhere, you show up drenched in sweat. Imagine not having dental care and not having the money to pay for dental work. So you just live with an abscessed tooth and all the pain with it for months on end. Imagine not having the money to fix your leaky roof that's been leaky for years. So you have buckets all over your house, and every time it rains, you just live in constant fear of the ceiling eventually giving out and falling in on top of you because you've got 15 buckets all over the house that are all full of water inside your house. Imagine not being able to repair the garage door when it breaks, so you just nail up a piece of plywood and leave it there for a year and a half. And on top of all of those inconveniences, imagine also having a job that doesn't pay very well, but requires a lot of work with almost no paid time off. In that situation, you really have no way of dealing with life's financial problems, and you have no time to spare. It's all completely soul-crushing. The person in that situation doesn't have the luxury of sitting back and sipping on a $14 bottle of kombucha while eating their avocado toast and saying in between bites, you know, money isn't everything, and then feeling proud of themselves for having their priorities in place. That is a luxury of the rich. Because for the person struggling with the above situation, money is the one thing that would make all the difference to them, and yet it's just out of reach, and it's always out of reach, and it stays out of reach, and that is completely soul-crushing to that person. And it's a weight they carry day to day, month to month, year to year for their entire lives. Now here's the thing, money may not heal their mental health, their emotional well-being, their spiritual problems, their self-image, but it would give them the margin and the time and the mental clarity to actually deal with things like their mental health, their emotional health, their spiritual well-being, and their self-image. I'm incredibly comfortable financially. I make great money. My business does very well. My bills are paid. They're all automatic anyway. I don't even think about them. My business is so automated that it demands very little of me most of the time. At this point, I could sit back, take it easy, and say, you know, money isn't everything. In fact, money really doesn't matter. But I can't say that. You know why? Because every single one of those scenarios that I asked you to imagine were from my childhood. Every single one of them. We went through as a family, one by one, everything I mentioned, and a whole heck of a lot more. And because of that, I will never forget how much poverty absolutely freaking sucks to no end. And I will never allow myself to become so detached that I start to think that the amazingly comfortable, rich life that I have is normal or to be taken for granted. It's a gift, and I'm thankful because I know exactly what it feels like to be on the other end of things. And let me tell you why this matters. With an online business, you and I have two distinct advantages over most people. First, you and I have the ability to create large windfalls of money often. When you launch a product like a course, a membership site, a coaching package, an affiliate product, you can produce thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars of income for yourself in the matter of a few days. Aside from a bonus here or there, most people don't have that ability. You do. Second, there is no upper limit on your income. Your income knows no ceiling. When I was a pastor, there was definitely a cap on what I would ever make. In my online business, there is no such cap. My income is only limited by my creativity and my desire. So if I want to make more money, I can relatively easily make it happen. In a lot of cases, it's just a matter of time. My business can and does and will grow substantially year over year. In 2021, I made $60,000 more than I did in 2020. In 2022, I made $60,000 more than I did in 2021. In 2023, I made $70,000 more than I did in 2022. And now in 2024, I want to blow the lid off of this thing and make 5 times what I did last year. That is possible with an online business that has an infinite ability to scale and no upper limit. There is no world in which I would have gotten such consistent raises in any job I ever had, especially as a pastor. Most people feel relieved if they at least get a 2% cost of living raise. And for 3 solid years, I didn't even get that because the church's budget was tight and we just didn't get anything at all. So my capacity to make money as a business owner, and especially as an online business owner, dwarfs anything that I've ever been capable of doing. And if you do the right actions consistently over time with your online business, you will experience the same types of scale. Now, with that ability comes great responsibility. I believe that you and I, as online business owners, have a responsibility to do a few things. Number one, to manage our money well. We never know when all this is going to just end. It could all go away tomorrow. So manage your money well and don't bank on next year always growing, because sometimes it doesn't. It can and it should, and I fully expect it to, but don't depend on it. Second, to be generous. We have the opportunity, because we make money at scale, to be generous at scale. And this is something that my wife and I take very seriously and enjoy a whole heck of a lot. And so I believe if you do online business right, it should produce in you the capacity and the desire to be generous, and you should follow through with that. Find needs and meet them. Give to your church, give to your favorite causes. Take that excess and bless others with it. Third, I think you have a responsibility, and I have a responsibility, to earn even more and to create value that enriches the lives of others. That's the beauty of business, especially when you're taking a skill or a knowledge or an experience or expertise that you have, and you're empowering others to do it in their lives through your online business and your content. That's an amazing thing. You're creating value, and you can do that in a massive way when you have a good, solid income coming in and you have options. So earn more by creating even more value so that you can continue to be generous, so that you can continue to manage it well. And then finally, you have a responsibility to provide an amazing life for yourself, your family, and for those around you that you care about. And you have the ability to do it as your online business grows, because you're doing the right things consistently over time. Now, I want to say it's been a long time since I have felt the sting of the type of poverty that I described earlier. My parents are doing much better these days than they were 2 or 3 decades ago when I was growing up. Things are better for them. Things are a whole heck of a lot better for me, but I will not ever be the person who stands up and says money isn't everything, because I think that's garbage. Now, before you tell me that there's more important things in life than money, I agree with you. 2 things can be true at once. Number 1, money can be important. And number 2, money can also not be the only thing that's important. Don't hear what I didn't say, and don't not hear what I did say. I'm saying that if you really drill down on it, it just absolutely stinks to not have enough money to live. And what I'm saying is that those of us who have online businesses who can create incredible wealth pretty quickly, we have a responsibility to understand just how valuable a thing that is, and make sure that we manage it well in our own lives and help others to empower and enrich their lives. I am so excited that you're on this journey. This issue of the 6-Figure Fast Lane is a little bit different. This was kind of a manifesto. I hope you enjoyed it. I really believe that entrepreneurs change the world. And I think that you, in your business, have the capacity to change your world, the world of those around you, and perhaps the world. And I'm excited to be a part of it with you. So thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video version of the 6-Figure Fast Lane, you can actually get the written version emailed to you every Tuesday. Go to lanesebring.com/supersimple That'll subscribe you to the newsletter, and you'll also get my super simple guide to your first $500 online. You can get all of that over at lanesebring.com/super simple.